Hello, labas, здравствуйте, bonjour, hola. Everybody, welcome. My name is Jurgita with Magic Pond Crafts, and as you see from my title, name of this video, it's 13 and a half months of 2017 leftover whips that I started with the beginning of January of 2017 and up to now. Why 13 and a half? Because it took me 1.5 months to show you update of what I've done in 2017. So I've had, if you remember, I've had promised to try to do 40 new starts in 2017 to celebrate my birthday, and I had some also whips left over from 2016 that I wanted to try to finish, so that I added to. And you're wondering if I made that 40 count. Well, we'll see. I think I did. I'm not gonna show you any of the finished projects. That's gonna be in a separate video. Right now I just wanted to do up-to-date whips that I'm continuing this year, what's left from 2017, my starts. So I'm just quickly gonna mention that I finished 28 projects, and 4 of them were from 2016. So 24 start and finish, 28 start and finish in 2017, plus 4 were from 2016. So I'll show you what I have left, and I'll continue working this year, 2018. So as you know, I wanted to start 4 new Heaven and Earth designs. One of them is the Beloved. Okay, good. Beloved, and I'm doing that on 14 count over soft Aida fabric, 4/1 10 stitch, and I just got the cream color fabric and I did the whole thing myself. So this is what I'm gonna have to do, and what I have right now is the guy's like eyes and beginning of a nose. So I think the coverage is pretty good for 14 count. I didn't want to do total black or total light color fabric, and of course you have to look at it from far away, as most of Heaven and Earth designs are meant to be. You're probably gonna see repetition if you watch my previous video, which if you don't understand Lithuanian language, you would think, what is she talking as, you know. So I've been promising some Lithuanian stitchers that I would do video in Lithuanian, because quite few of them don't understand English, and younger generation don't understand Russian, and I know both of them. So in honor of Lithuania's 100-year celebration of Declaration of Independence, which was February 16, 1918. So I decided to just go ahead and do the video to introduce myself and show pretty much same whips that you're gonna see now. So that was Beloved. I've started this one on December 15th actually of 2016, so to kind of kick off the year of starts. Then I worked on Queen Anne's lace that was found in I believe Just Cross Stitch April 2016 magazine. So this is what's supposed to look like. I just printed off the magazine, and I know I'm gonna finish this year because it's not a lot left. I could have finished before this video, but I kind of ran short of like one thread and one type of beads. So that's what I have. I dyed the fabric myself, and it's 2/2 on 32 count MCG textile linen. So I started on May 15th. So as you can see, there's practically not much left to do some of the wings and a little bit of more beading to do. It's fun to stitch. You know, it's Nora Corbett, so it's not bad. It's fun, it's fun. Then, by the way, I'm not going in order of exactly when I started. I used some of those starts as 2017 Stitch Mania. Kind of helped me to kick off 40 starts. The next one, it was from Russian magazine, but I've seen it called somewhere else, and artwork was done by Sandy Littlejohns, I believe. So this is Manor Gathering that I'm using as a Jane Austen stitch along this year, that you're gonna stitch and read Jane Austen's books. So it really reminds me of Jane Austen, like Pride and Prejudice and other gatherings of that period of time. I started this on May 19th, and I'm stitching on Ivory Lugana 32 count 2/2, and this is what I've done. So from the top to the bottom, that's how tall it's gonna be, and there's gonna be, it's even folded, it's gonna be just a long piece, and I have already place where to hang it in my piano room. Exact spot. Next, that I'm gonna be continuing stitching this year is another HAED project called Dragonkin by Ann Stokes, and I haven't done a lot. I've started this on November 14th, and I'm doing a 32 count even wave Ivory Lugana 2/1/10. So it's a big frame. So that's what hopefully will look like, and what I've done is half a page. So it's fun to stitch, but it could be a little bit straining on the eyes. But you can see it just, that itty bitty top corner is done here. So that's Dragonkin. I love dragons. I'm born in a dragon year. I hope I'm not shaking camera too much. Then I have another Heaven Earth design that's for my eldest son. He really liked it, and it's called What's This? And I started on May 5th, and I'm stitching on 28 count opalescent linen 2/1, and also 10 stitch. So you've probably seen this beautiful lion and a snow, falling snow. And I've just, actually at my last rotation, I finished second half of the page. So this is a full page, and I decided to grid a little bit, and I pull out the grid lines once I'm done stitching. So if you compare to this, so you I kind of marked where the page lines are like this. So another page probably would just start touching lion's nose. So, and it's, if I had to choose again to stitch this project, I probably would not do on sparkle fabric, because it uses Kreinik, this pattern, and Kreinik and the sparkling fabrics, you really have to look, did they stitch this half stitch or not in that place, because it still sparkles. Okay, so then I had a dimensions kit that's called Butterfly and Daisies, designed by rosemary millet. It's this one. And I'm stitching on a given fabric, 14 count light green Aida and 2/2. I started May 16th. And I'm about halfway done. If you look at it. Yep, about halfway. And of course, as all dimensions, it uses various types of thread counts and the type of stitch, half stitch, or like it could be half stitch with 1, 2, or 3 threads, and then of course the regular crosses and different color back stitches. Another one I'm continuing this year would be linen and threads, and that's my like office visit, doctor's waiting, or somewhere where I don't have to bring big frames and lots of different colors, is linen and threads. Mr. Sampler 2017 started February 17th, and I'm right now on May. And I'm doing this on 28 count. No, hold on, that's not it. What count is that? How come I didn't write it down? I usually write this down. I'm just using 3 types of threads, but I'm doing 1/1 full cross, and I'm using this itty bitty squeeze. Oh, not the frame. Hoop. There you go. So that's what it is. So it's only just in May. Hopefully I would be done by end of the year. And I'm keeping this and so much to love bag that I got at the Needlework Galleria. And well known and sought after a memorabilia Lady of the Flag. So I just printed on the paper. And I'm stitching this one on fabric flare 2/1 and 28 count, and I haven't had this loosened up, so I'm gonna show you. I kind of started from the middle, started to go down, and this is where I stopped. So kind of from the middle, that's hand. I'm doing over 1 hand. So this is printed fabric, just specifically practically for patriotic. So this side is like white. So that's where I am. It's very easy to stitch, of course, you know, after like going over 1 and 32 or 28 count to go over 2. It's a relaxation. So I kind of try to rotate them that way between small count and a bigger count. And there's the Santa's Journey stocking that I had done progress report. So I'm doing this kit, and I haven't done after I showed my progress, but I'm almost halfway in. And if you haven't listened to the progress, I've done pretty much all the back stitching that needed be, and that snowflakes, that French knots, and some gold threading. The only things I'm not doing is beading, couching, and what else it requests? What did I mention? It was beading, couching, and another one. You're probably all shouting at me what it was. Anyway, to do just this little rope, and there's gonna be these big golden lights. I guess you could show it that way. So I'm really hoping to finish FFO with by the end of this year to hang it up. And I've showed you what I received, this Mereshka kit, vintage roses, or I guess you could even look at this. And I'm stitching on provided linen kit. And I started this April 30th. Oh, I didn't mention Santa's Journey. I started on August 7th. So unless I worked only in that one, there was no way for me to finish before last Christmas. So I just have it loose. This is what I have, and it's fun to stitch. The colors are just beautiful and start pop out, especially with the back stitch. It's not a lot of it, but I love it. So this is like a top, and it's going to be a little bit more greenery, and then if you can see, compare. So love it, love it, love it. Hoping to finish that one too. And one project that's going to be put aside for a while because I can't find a leaflet that was by DMC, free leaflet, and all the threads that I had what to do is this Home for Holidays. So I'm like 3/4 probably finished with it, and I can't find where to put it. I'm still reorganizing all my stitchy and paper craft stuff all over the room, and gonna be putting aside, but all the sparkles that I'm using is by DMC as suggested. It's not bad, you know, to stitch. And then another one that I lost all my printed full chart and the threads and everything that luckily I have it on my computer. It's Heaven and Earth retired chart. It's called Mini Space Traveler, artwork by David Hofrichter. And I'm doing a 18 count 2/1, and this one uses Kreinik. So I was using this for some of Heaven and Earth design challenges. So as you can see, some of the lighter parts have a, I don't know if you can actually see today, it's stormy outside. So that's what I've done. So it's been sitting here, and that's one of the big projects I had from 2016. And I'm getting to the end. I have a, where is it? Okay, I'll grab it in a second. Run out of room around me. Alright, so I have bought the threads Dawn. I got almost full kit from a Galleria that just didn't have a regular DMC threads or fabric. So this one, and I have also Dusk. But Dawn, I'm stitching on 28 count 2/2, and I don't remember when I started. Sometime this year, I believe. So I have it, as you can see, all the way went to the bottom, and then I'm gonna start going back up. It's from the middle again, from the middle of the chart, go down, and I'm doing skin over 1, and I've done all the back stitching and the Kreinik thread or sparkle, whichever it was included. Yeah, so I'm going up, and of course there's gonna be some beading put in. Of course, you know, beading is important. And so yeah, it's rolled up a bit, and skin I'm doing over 1, and I believe it's, don't remember actually by looking at, I think I might have done 10 stitch on the skin, or I might have done cross. Can't even tell right away. I need so much more coffee. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. And one Another last one I started in 2017, Heaven Earth Design, is Lilith. And it took me a long time to decide to grab it. It's just, I kept coming back to her. I don't know, it's just this face and things. So Lilith, I started on the very last day of December, so December 31st. And I worked like just an hour. And I'm doing on 40 count silk weaver 1/110. So it's not much to see. But at least I started. I wanted to start my 4 HAEDs. So that's it. While I was digging, you know, starting to organize my all stitches stuff, I found one pattern that is almost done. I was missing some type of cranic, I believe, and maybe even a few beads of some kind. So I had this titania that I started quite a few years ago, Queen of Fairies by Mirabilia. And back then I didn't know anything about hand-dyed fabrics, so I pulled out what it was recommended. So she's been sitting and patiently waiting, like a queen, sitting there. So there's gonna be some more sparkles coming up on the wings, and I didn't know about the skin over 1, so this is over 2. So it's almost all done, you know, maybe just, I don't know, 10%, 5% left to do. It has some sparkles in there. So I'm really gonna finish this year very, very soon. So that's all I have from 2017, 13.5-month stitching. So from 2016, I also finished, well, like I said, 4 items. So I think I'm going well enough through all the whips. But I'm kind of hurt myself, a little thumb, I think from intense stitching, maybe even from holding a needle, so I have to position my hands opposite way to kind of give it a rest. And quickly about my future plans of this year. So I'm hoping not to start a lot of it. I'll try to participate in Stitch Mania, but I'm gonna really work hard towards finishing a lot of these whips that I currently have. But one of the big things that I'm gonna start actually in a few days is the long-awaited Washington Crossing project. That's gonna be ginormous, and I'll show you in a second what I've done so far with it. If I can pause. So it's this one, and there's a big group of us that's gonna be stitching giants. So mine is somewhere here in the sky, and all the things were provided by Sullivan Company, all the threads donated. We just had to pay for shipping for a lady who organizes it all. And my stitch count is going to be 396 by 549. We're doing an 18 count, sort of like a ivory Aida fabric. So it's a 5-year project. We have to finish in 5 years. And the past like day and a half, I've been decided to start gridding at least my first year amount. So until you see the stopped horizontal lines, that's what I'm gonna finish in, hoping in the first year, because it when you calculate is about 112 stitches down in the full width have to be done in 1 year to be able to finish in 5 years. And then once we're done, we send it back to Heather, and she's gonna put it all together. So yeah, I've gridded. What is full excess is I have to do in a half year, and then stopped around the halfway, and it's giant. It's giant. thing. So what some ladies calculated, when you have 100 pages to of the pattern to stitch, you have to do about 2 pages per month. So it's gonna be intense. I have only 8 colors, so it should not be very complicated for me. So I'm hoping, unless something happens, I'm hoping to have it done before that time. But you know, month after month, after year, constantly working in that like non-stop, it's might take a toll. So wish me and other ladies, and I think that we have a couple guys doing that, luck with this big project, and I can't wait to see it all finished and put together. We're starting on the 22nd of February. That's when it's Washington's birthday. And so yeah, that's gonna be a giant thing. And there's probably gonna be a few smaller items. I want to do a couple at least Easter or Christmas ornaments in 2018. So we'll see how it all goes. So hope you enjoyed it and saw my progress. Now I can put it all away and pick something else, one of them at least, to continue stitch until I work. Kickoff is a Wednesday after midnight, so we can start that time. There are a few rules, and I'm gonna be doing like slow vlog of this project separately. So till next time, this was Jurgita. I'm glad you stayed with me and listened to my rambling and showing all those actually 15 whips that I have left to work in this year. And till next time, Iki, bye.